Girl, I'm about to have a panic attack. I did the work, it didn't work. That truth, it hurts. That damn, it hurts. That lovey-dovey shit, was not a fan of it. I'm good with my friends. I don't want a man, girl. I'm in my bed. I'm way too fine to be here alone. On the other hand, I know my worth. And now he calling me. Why do I feel like this? What's happening to me?
Hello, everybody. It's the first time I've done a Zoom meeting in a long time. Can y'all hear me? Okay, hold on. Oh, hey, you can. Love it. Awesome. Well, you guys, welcome to 2024. Can you believe it? And the Stormageddon is welcoming us in to a fantastic start of the year. It is January 9th, so we've had 8 days of beautiful weather. And it looks like January is finally arriving. Winter is finally arriving. So thanks you to everybody for pivoting for us. We're gonna get started, and you can see on our main slide here, we're already starting with something a little bit different. So I'm going to hand it over to Tina to kind of describe where we are and what we're doing in terms of the scanning and all of the new features to get us started in 2024. So Tina.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2024. So, yep, we're going to change things up just a little bit here. And we just want to start keeping track of kind of what agents are attending, so we make sure that we're delivering great content to you. So every time you're up in the training room, if you can go ahead and scan this QR code, it is obviously going to always be on the team meeting slides, but it's also posted around the training room as well. You can just check into whatever you're at, whatever class or team meeting, and there's also an option to comment on what you'd like to see in the future. So we want to hear from you, and we thought this is a great way to collect your information. So that's the first thing to do. And then the second thing is just make sure to check in every time you're at KW on your social platforms. We do have a new and improved Facebook page. Our old Facebook page was created eons ago, and to be quite honest, we couldn't figure out who was the owner of it. So we couldn't really do much with it. So as a result, we've created a new one. If you scan this QR code, that will take you right to the Facebook page, and hopefully you will like it and share it with everybody that you know. We're going to be delivering great content on there, from trainings that we're having to there's going to be a series on the books and podcasts that Diana is listening to, and a lot of awesome things on there that you should be able to take and then also use only on your social platforms. So just make sure that you're checking into that page as well.
Awesome. Tina, thank you for all of the work to get that sleuthed out for us. I mean, you've all seen my technical prowess. I know. It did take us quite a bit to uncover how to move forward. And there is so much content that we want to deliver. We want to make sure we're hitting all of the platforms as strongly as we can. So that's going to be a resource for you. It's a resource for the community. It's part of our Keller Williams kind of approach. So we've talked our mission, vision, values, and belief systems. And, you know, a piece of that belief system is the win-win. So we do want to share everything that we know with people around us. It helps them make better decisions about how to run their business and serve their clients. And ultimately, it grows our business. So we're super excited about that. It's one of the reasons we are pouring into our Facebook and into our social media presence. The other thing I wanted to speak on, just in terms of our mission, vision, values, is we're coming up on a holiday for us. Martin Luther King Day is right around the corner. We'll be celebrating it on Monday, which means the office is closed on Monday in recognition of Martin Luther King. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this is because so much of what he embodied has so many far-reaching implications for how we go about living our lives. So there are two quotes that we've been talking about as a leadership team kind of across the multiple market centers, and wanted to share just because there's such a resonance there. So these are quotes that are attributed to Martin Luther King. And the first one is, "I have decided to stick to love. Hate is too great a burden to bear." And as we look at 2024 and some of the unknowns that we'll be facing, and coming off of a market that has been challenging. I know I talked to a lot of agents, both in the market center and out of the market center. And one of the underlying comments, certainly from out of the market center, is that it has become increasingly contentious to work with other agents. And the stress on our clients has given way in more than one occasion to some decidedly not loving interactions. So just at the onset of 2024, I thought this was a great way to ground us in all of the work that we want to do. We're such a productive and goal-oriented community that sometimes it's hard to slow down to remember that we're doing all of this to positively impact people around us, starting with our families and then moving out in circles from there. And the best way to do that, that I've certainly seen and recognized by this comment here, is to love for ourselves and for others around us. So that's one. And then the other one that I really like, sometimes it's really hard to love people, right? People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. And this is another quote that we're calling out simply because this profession, particularly real estate agents' jobs, is to communicate, to represent the buyer. It can get very tricky. There's lots of things that go into how we communicate with each other. And so much can be smoothed over when we're in good communication. And good communication not only means the words you use, ironically here on in this virtual setting, it's how you carry yourself, it's your comportment, but also how you listen. So I love this quote as a reminder, right, to start us off 2024 with these two reminders to love, and when love is hard or when we have to make hard choices, that it is fostered through communication. So this is a way of honoring Martin Luther King and the work that he did in our community and for our country. And we will be celebrating, obviously. So the offices are closed on Monday in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which also means there's no team meeting on Tuesday. That's our rhythm. If we're shut down on Monday, we tend to not have a team meeting on Tuesday in general. So a little bit of a stop start here with the New Year's, just in terms of this team meeting going off, 1 week break, and then we're back on the week after. So mark your calendars. We'll all be in the office 2 weeks from now. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see you. I miss all of you in person. So with that, I think I'm handing it over to Dawn Shipley. We've got people in different places. We've got them online here. We've got them upstairs. Dawn, I'm not quite sure where you are today.
I'm at home. What a beautiful
awesome.
snow day it is. So if you'd like to go to the next slide, whoever's running, there we go. So
sure.
Just a couple of quick reminders. These are a couple things that we're seeing more frequently right now as people are submitting their opportunities. A lot of people, when writing offers, are missing striking agency type. So remember that in the offer, you've got to strike if you're the agent of the buyer, the agent of the seller, the agent of the buyer and seller. And so that's a really frequent amendment that we're seeing written after opportunity is submitted. And then just a reminder that January 1st was our mandatory use date for the new 2024 offer, the buyer agency, and all of those listing forms. So everybody should now be using those forms. They're in zip forms, they're in DocuSign. If you need access to them, give a shout, but everyone should have access to them. So just a reminder that that's what should be used now. And then with that those additional addenda for commission transparency, those are going away with the new offer, the new buyer agency and listing forms. Other real quick, I don't have this on a slide, but just a real quick thing to let everybody know that the GMAR does send out every other week just some ethics things that are happening in the office. So thinking about what Diana said with Martin Luther King Jr. Day coming up, and just being good being good people in our market. So there was one that came out yesterday, just talking about a reminder that if somebody is under an active buyer agency, under an active listing, that we're not soliciting them directly as an agent. And then there were a couple of examples of things that were not deemed to be that. So if you're doing general marketing and it happens to hit somebody who has their house listed, that itself is not a violation as long as you're not directly soliciting them. So check your email for the DMAR ethics, those ethics updates that come out every other week. And that's all I've got.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dawn. Welcome to 2024. Happy New Year. Awesome. Okay. My tech was working so well, you guys, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. You guys, we're going to dive in a little bit to some updates about finance and operations. This is not going to be a regular piece of our conversation. However, it is that time of year. Important documents are coming out. So 2023 tax documents. We are actively in process of preparing these for you. So if you see Michelle doing some computations and Brooke kind of buried in paper, this is what it's all about. So profit share for 1099s will be available on or before 1/31. There are a couple ways that you can get them. So you can log into your MyKW account, which is at that website, mykw.kw.com. Select resources, then profit share 1099s. You can go there. It will also be mailed to you. So 2 ways to get your 1099s. Be on the lookout for those. Commission reports will arrive via USPS mail by the end of January, only if we have your correct address. So please, a reminder, if you've moved or if you have struggled with getting information from us in the past mailed to your home, it's a good idea just to check what address we have on file for you. So please touch base with Michelle on that. And then we're also working on your expense report. So it's an important part for your tax filing. You'll be provided a closed distribution authorization report. People also often ask what DA stands for. Basically, that's how we've paid you, where all of the money has gone, including to you, but also the different expenses that get taken out of there from time to time. So you'll get that report, you get an expense report, and you get a deduction report via email. So any questions on that? Michelle is your go-to, and she's working feverishly. I'm sure that if there's any information that would help her make that as seamless for you would be great. And I can't stress this enough. If you've moved 2023, you have a new address, you're somewhere different than you were when you started 2024, talk with us just to make sure we have the right address on file for you. Okay. Okay. Couple other things. It is January. For those of you who have been with Keller Williams for a while, you know to expect the $25 fee that comes to all Keller Williams associates. It's actually to Keller Williams Realty International to be part of the profit sharing system. It's something that we all get once a year. The fee is automatically added to the January invoices, so you'll see that this January. And this is something that frankly should have come from MLS, but it didn't. So I want to make sure you all know they have taken a vote to unanimously increase the monthly fee from $34 to $39. So there will be an ongoing $5 charge, just that change reflected on the invoices on January 12th and then moving forward for that. So you'll see that. If you have any questions, call the MLS. And those are the tech updates we have for you. So I'm going to hand this over now. I believe Kathleen is upstairs in our training room, wrangling our handful of brave souls who came in on this beautiful snowy day. Kathleen.
Yeah, y'all are crazy. I don't know. Good afternoon. So a couple of updates and actually a celebration for our Keller Williams marketing department. Next slide. So in 2023, you all sent in 686 total marketing requests through our Keller Williams Marketing Concierge program that's available on our kwrealtymke.com website. The requests came in as social media posts was the top request, then followed by yard signs, email signatures, business cards, and direct mail campaigns, so those postcards. There were also 48 custom smart plans that were created for our agents to be able to utilize and send out to their databases. A total of 894 agent downloads across those smart plans. And the most popular ones were Happy New Year's, the Apple Orchards, the Green Bay Packers schedule, Merry Christmas, and the ice skating rinks. So it looks like the back half of the year, a lot of agents really took advantage of those smart plans. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going for 2024. So once again, where to find all this is our KW Realty MKE website. Up at the top, there's a button that says Marketing Concierge. You can go in there and view whatever you would like to order and then put in an order for that as well. And
Hold on.
next
We're getting
slide.
there. Working on it. Oh, there we go.
Right, so you select the marketing asset that you would like to order, you fill out the requested information. Our turnaround time is 48 business hours, so 2 business days. Little typo up there. So in 2 days, we'll get all the materials to you, right? That's a long time. All the digital materials are 100% free. We email them right to you. If you want any edits, we can edit them for you. And then we can help facilitate printing at local printers, or if it's like a direct mail, through postcards, through command, we can help facilitate that with you as well. So we are here to help you leverage marketing at a really high level.
Yeah, and I just want to underscore that, you guys, this year, things are going to be going fast and furious, and we want your databases to be full as possible. So this leverage for you is priceless, right? Make sure you take advantage of this. If you don't know, if this is new, if you're like, I've heard about the Marketing Concierge, but I have never dialed in, now is your year, and now is the time, because as we all know, there's a seasonality to this business and things are going to get busier for you. So if you take some of the time you have now to dive into Concierge, your busy spring season and summer season will feel a little bit different. And you'll put yourself in a position to have a great fall winter season next year. So this, thank you guys, our marketing crew. You do amazing work for our people, and really set everybody up for success. So leverage, make it work for you.
This QR code just goes to that page that we just talked about on the website. So if you wanted to order something right now, you can. Otherwise, again, it's kwrealtymke.com.
Awesome.
So stay tuned for more content in 2024. We're working on a magazine, a lot of exciting stuff for everybody.
Okay.
And then just to touch base on a few tech things is that KWRI released a contacts playbook. So along with all the other playbooks that they've released during the year, specifically around Mega Camp in August, they released a lot of these playbooks. They just created one all about your contacts in your database. It goes through how to build your database, segment it, determine what's important in there, fill any of the gaps, upload a database in there, and also how to start to utilize smart plans and tasks. So remember, your database is your business. Make sure that you're working on making it whole.
Yeah, another way to think about that is your database is your data bank, right? So you have a whole bunch of people in there who want to do business with you. And if you haven't segmented it in ways that you can communicate to it in ways that they find valuable, you're missing out. So actually the woman who's speaking to you about this right now, Kathleen Wooten, is an amazing resource for you to think about how to build, segment, and create powerful communication channels for your database. And this is what it's all about in terms of staying in front of your people, giving you the opportunity to speak directly to them and helping them not feel like a number, right? Making sure that they have pertinent information in front of them at all times. So database is your data bank.
And then just upcoming marketing and command training. So this Thursday at 11 a.m. is database assessment playbook. That's actually being led by your regional tech trader, Abby Lacey, which many of you, I think, in the Southwest office know her. So I would you have to register to get the Zoom link for that. The registration link is in my weekly email and also on our training calendar. And then during Ignite, we are going to push our trainings back till 2 p.m. so that the agents that are in Ignite can also be on our marketing and tech trainings. So starting the 18th, we'll be at 2 p.m. We're going to go through new custom pages and landing pages. So we did promise you with the new sites, eventually we would be able to customize them a little bit more. So they did release some more customization to the new sites. And then we're also going to have a conversation at the end of the month all about marketing with AI.
Ooh,
Fun.
leverage, how it all works. Right. Thank you, Kathleen, for sharing all that information. And you guys, I don't know too many places that support agents this way. I know when I talk to people who are new to our environment, after they get over the fire hose experience of what it is to be KW and to kind of experience all of the different ways that they can plug in. One of the things I hear, well, two things I hear often, I wish I would have done it sooner. And secondly, this is different. It's just a different kind of environment. And I just want to share as the outset of 2024, it's not a mistake that this is different. We put a lot of thought and intentionality around building an environment that we believe suits high productive individuals and helps them become who they want to be to do the business that they want to do. And it's why all of you are here. It provides the basis to launch an incredible business. So I want to talk about that a little bit. And I want, as we dive into this for 2024, certainly in this office, we have a lot of teams and if you think about it, our office is the biggest team here, right? We are all on the same team. So the question gets asked often, why are some places more successful than others? Why do some groups of people simply function as groups of people? 1 + 1 = 2. Other groups of people create more synergy, more opportunity, more speed. And in those, or I think of those as the 1 + 1 = 3 or 4 organizations, right? So what is it that makes them different? And we're obviously not the only ones to ask this question. This is something that businesses dive into all the time. And as businesses grow to a certain size, one of the things that they've identified that help create this kind of momentum is the advent of small groups, affinity groups, communities. And if you think about how we navigate, this is what we do. We have teams within our teams. We have people who focus on certain things. We bring these groups together in ways that you form relationships within the whole that help us grow what we're doing, right? That help you grow what you're doing. This has a word. It's a Jewish word. Comes from the practice is called Havra. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that 100% correctly, but that's how I have heard it. And it just basically means fellowship or group of like-minded, in this case, Jews who assembled for the purpose of facilitating Shabbat or holiday prayer service. We've used this, people who form successful groups and businesses, in mega churches and mosques, in other religious organizations, have used this concept to create cohesiveness among their people, and a shared sense of purpose. So as they've looked at this is something that I see as I've gone amongst all of our KW offices and kind of experience. And it's something that I wanted to talk about even as we continue kind of integrating into the wider Milwaukee Keller Williams environment, and as our environment continues to grow. Sometimes change can be intimidating, and kind of what is happening with all of the change. And I'm here to say that the change is a good thing, right? Because it creates more opportunity for us to be in community and to find like-minded people and for us to share commonality and growth. So I'm actually right now diving into James Clear's Atomic Habits. It's a book that I've read a handful of times. I'm listening to a podcast on it right now. But he has identified this, he doesn't necessarily call it Havra, but he calls it environment. Nothing sustains motivation better than belonging to the tribe. It transforms a personal quest into a shared one. And all sorts of things happen when your identity becomes shared. It's one of the reasons that I love seeing all of our top producers in the office on a regular basis. You are no longer working on your business alone, but you are a community of top producers. You're a community of realtors. You're a community of newly licensed agents starting off on your journey with others, right? So this is a very individual profession, but you have the opportunity to become part of, right? So the quote goes on to read, previously you were on your own. Your identity was singular. You're a reader, you're a musician, you're an athlete, you're a realtor. When you join a book club or a band or a cycling group or a brokerage, your identity becomes linked to those around you. Growth and change is no longer an individual pursuit. We are readers. We are musicians. We are cyclists. And it's one of the things that we say often, we are KW, right? The shared identity begins to reinforce your personal identity. And this is why remaining a part of a group after achieving a goal is crucial to maintaining your habit. It's friendships and communities that embed a new identity and help behaviors last over the long haul. And we're certainly talking about forming new habits and setting goals and, who do I need to become to reach the goals that I want to affect my family and community in ways that I believe would be beneficial. And over and over and over again, obviously, I have to do the work, right? You have to do the work. The individual has to show up. But what you're showing up for is a community that will reinforce that for you and with you and make it easier for you to maintain what you're doing. So I just think this concept is really, really valuable. When you lean into it, it's transformative. And I wanted to offer that today kind of as a gift for you to be thinking about this year as things, as we kind of get further away from New Year's, sometimes those resolutions or those habits get harder to think about. And this is something, if you are very intentional about it, can help you grow and reach what you wanted to do. So we see that here, right? Keller Williams is one of the most productive brokerages in the country. It's the brokerage model in the country. And here in Milwaukee, particularly, we show it. So in 2023, our gross commission was $53,297,303. I mean, that's huge. That's a lot of gross commission income. And if we think about all of our folks who cap and how long they stay on a cap, we talk about splits, right? So when people sign on, maybe they're on a 70-30, maybe they're on a 80-20. At some point they cap, they spend the rest of the year at 100%. That means their net effective split in all of KW in the Milwaukee area is a 98-2. Our agents keep 98% of the commission they make. KW takes 8% of that to run all of the amazing services that we do for you. And I think that speaks to your performance. It speaks to the growth that we've seen. And as we grow, we use those dollars to further pour into you and your business. So the average KW Milwaukee agent retains 92% of their gross commission income versus what they contribute to the cap. So you guys, I think you've landed in a pretty amazing environment that supports your financial growth and the financial growth of the team around you. Profit share for all of December in 2023 was $57,000. We'll see some of that on our paychecks on the 21st if you participate in profit share. Year to date, it's been 914. So we're very close to $1 million, which is pretty remarkable, you guys, just for the year. So congratulations. Profit share will be deposited on January 21st. So top 30 for profit share. Yep, go Zach, you got it. Okay, so this is just one last thing to show the difference that environment makes. You'll see here, Keller Williams is the #1 by volume for last year. Top 10 brokerage results for closed volume in these counties. KW dominates. Success is outpacing the market. The MLS closed volume was down 14.5%. And these are the top 14 firms, 69% of closed that represent 69% of closed volume and units. And you'll see the market closed down 14.5. We closed down 9. So we did close down. It was a down year. Tell yourself the story, the right story. Success is outpacing the market average. And that's what y'all did. So congratulations. Really, really proud to be in business with you guys. You've done amazing work. Yep, and here we go. Good. It's pretty amazing. Okay, and environment matters, and our environment continues to grow. Tina, can you introduce us to these people?
Yeah, we are super excited to announce that the Pinnacle Group from Shore West has joined KW, which is awesome. So it's Tamarin Cook, Liz Mitchell, and Shanice Sanders. They are residing in Diana's previous office. So, make sure to stop by and say hello and welcome them. We're super excited to have them here.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
And we're also want to welcome Brock Bolt. He is joining the KW land team that joined us a couple weeks ago. Justin Emil Esperanza. He is a Wisconsin and both Illinois agent. So if you have any Illinois referrals, make sure to send them his way. And then Samantha Mortensen has joined Carlos and Tammy with the A team. So we have seen a lot of growth just in the month of December.
Mm-hmm.
And a big congratulations to Tammy for passing her broker's exam. That is quite a feat. So congrats on that. That's amazing.
So good, so good.
Okay, so we have had a lot of growth just in the past couple months here, and I know I have a ton of agents that reach out to me and ask, hey, do you have anything that I can pass on to somebody who's thinking about getting into real estate? So I created this one-pager form. It gives a little bit of brief information about fees and how KW best supports our newly licensed agents. It also has a QR code that anybody can scan, and it gets a link right to my schedule that they can make an appointment with me. I wanted to streamline this process for you guys. I know a lot of you expressed to me that you guys were going to be really purposeful in 2024 about building your profit share, building your downline. So as a result, I hope this is a tool you can use. This is super ultra mega small. So it is going to be attached in the team meeting notes. I encourage you, take a screenshot of it so you have it and you can just pass it along, save it to your desktop so you can email it. Obviously, if you need it, I can always send it to you, but this is a great kind of brief explanation of real estate.
Yeah, you guys, I asked Tina to put this together, not only because she manages a lot of our licensing people and career changers, but right now I started keeping track of all of the referrals we get on a separate spreadsheet, just because there are so many referrals that we get from all of you that we want to make sure that they get the attention that they need, they get the information we need. So we wanted to make this really, really easy for you. Thank you for your referrals. We've had amazing conversations with your people. If you have any questions on someone or want to ask about where they are in their process, we're happy to share that if we haven't already. If you have somebody who's in production or new or wants to career change, you guys have regularly given those to us. And I can't thank you enough for trusting us with your environment. And you know who you want to be in business with. So this is just a way to make it as easy for you as possible. So thank you Tina for putting that together and for all the referrals.
Absolutely. And so January 25th, we are having a virtual career night over Zoom. We had one back in November and it was really successful. We had a lot of people on there. It's a great way for people to hear about what it takes to get into real estate, hear from our productivity coaches as well as what they're doing in that program to make sure we're jumpstarting their careers in a non-threatening environment, right? If they're just wanting to kind of dip their toe in the water, this is a great way to do that. Again, there's a QR code that they can go ahead and register. So this will be attached in the team meeting notes as well. So if you want to encourage anybody to attend, you'll find it on our Facebook page too. There's also an event that you can share, trying to make sure we get everything out on all the platforms so that it makes it easier for you guys on your end to get it out to your people. We want to make sure to do anything we can to make your lives easier. So if there's anything that you think in a different format that you'd like to see this, just please let me know. I'd be super happy to do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Love it.
Next slide.
Build those deadlines for you. It's a great way to create another revenue stream, which we talk about in wealth building, which Tina will be leading down the road. So super exciting for her investment class. Woo. Okay. So we have some upcoming training and events that I want to touch on. Obviously our January calendar, you guys, it's already January 9th. I feel like it's jam-packed. We've Ignite has started already. It started yesterday. So kudos to all of the agents who are launching their business and are joining Ignite and really kind of diving in. I've heard amazing things about what happened on day one. If you are not in Ignite, but you know somebody who is, support them. They've got a ton of homework and they're going to really kind of come out of the gate here fast and furious. So excited about that. Let's dive in a little bit here. These folks are teaching, and these are the topics that they are teaching. So the next class is Thursday. Dan and Sherry Wild will be doing Connect with Your Market. I know many of you have signed up for the entire Ignite. I have had a handful of people say, well, what if I just want to go to the negotiating class? Or what if I just want to hop into Ben and Nate's lead follow-up class? All of that is fine. You can certainly do that. These folks have done over $1 billion in volume. So these are the best, these are very, very experienced teachers. And the goal of Ignite is to give you the content, but also to give you the real world experience that that these instructors have. So you're going to be hearing some boots on the ground stories about how this is played out in their business, and have the opportunity to dive in with them and with the other people in the room. So again, if you're in Ignite, hang in there. It's a wild ride. And if you pay attention to it, the way I all know that you want to and can, your business will never be the same. It's a transformative experience. And again, if you just want to drop into a session, feel free to find what makes the most sense for you and dive in on that. Our very own Abby Lacey is going to be doing the database assessment playbook class. That's happening on January 11th. This January coming up, and it's on Zoom. So make sure you dive into that. And a couple other things. On Thursday, Keller Williams International is hosting a conversation book club on the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. You guys, I know maybe Charisse has read this more than I have. And I mean, look at Charisse's business. It's pretty amazing. This is foundational. This is where all of our models and systems are built from. If you don't know what's in this, you don't have the roadmap. So it doesn't mean you're not going to get there. You just might take some detours along the way. I would encourage you, if you can, to join this book club. Jay Papazan, and I believe somebody else from KWRI, who's a big deal, will be teaching this class, certainly facilitated by Jen Lewis. They wrote the book, literally. Jay Papazan wrote the book. So join this class. The QR code will take you to the Zoom link. And then we also have a save the date here in this office after our next team meeting, which is on January 23rd. Lynn and Gustavo are going to do a deep dive into closing statements for us. So very big picture book club, very little practical, detail oriented, deep dive into closing statements. It's all relevant. It all matters. Choose your own adventure in our training. Get what makes the most sense for you at the time. Make sure it's you're in it for education and not just edutainment, but build your business. Let's rock this out, 2024. Speaking of rocking out your business, family reunion, February 25th to 29th. So many good things happening here. Lots of breakouts, lots of great keynote speakers. If you haven't registered yet, click here. If you're curious what the breakout sessions are, You can go to KW events and you'll see the different breakout sessions. You can plan your schedule. If you're curious about whether a breakout session might be valuable to you, happy to sit down with anybody who's going and kind of map out a plan for them. Because if you're going to spend your dollars on this, you want to make sure that you're getting something actionable from it. So this is coming up. Make sure you register for that. And then this is something that I think is just super exciting, you guys. Keller Williams is a sponsor for the UW basketball game, Saturday, January 27th. And we have tickets for everybody. So scan here. It's going to be an opportunity. Frankly, we want to do more of this. We are an environment that obviously is family friendly. We're family run. Your teams are family run. And we want to do everything we can to encourage our growth and relationships. So this is a great opportunity for you to join us. The game is at 3 p.m. I heard rumor that Charlie is going to be cracking into his own credit card and buying, refreshments at the game. So let's run that puppy up for him, make it, a good time for everybody. So if you can join, scan the QR code right here. And we'll follow up with this information too, if you have to check schedules and check with people around you. But please join us for Friends and Family Day at the UWM basketball game. Okay, gosh, it's a good thing that this was on Zoom. There's a lot of content here, right? So last thing for everybody is that we have traditionally picked things to focus on, a focus phrase for the year. And we're going to do a little bit of a look back to see what some of those phrases have been, and then we'll kind of share what our focus has been, or will be for 2024. So back in 2020, and if you think about it, this was before the pandemic. It was a year of great expectancy, and gosh, that phrase was a very interesting phrase to ground ourselves on during the pandemic for sure. So in 2021, we had 3 phrases that kind of were our guiding principle. And the first was don't mistake movement for achievement, right? So we all had the capacity to be super, super busy, and not everything made sense for us to focus on. So that was a kind of a refocusing for us. Don't just be busy for busy's sake, but know what you're looking at. The second phrase was time. We all have the same amount of it. And obviously, some people know how to just maximize their time and leverage, and some people are on that learning journey. So that was something we looked at in 2021. And then the third phrase is what you give in life is what you get in life. And I think a lot of this, if we think about kind of what comes around a little bit, if you give good things, good chance that that comes back. So 2022 phrases of focus were be resilient. Obviously, we'd been a couple years in the pandemic and it was fast and furious. So that one really mattered with people. And obviously take care of each other. So did the look back here, just so you guys could see these kind of all build on each other. So right now, the last one for 2023 was bring the noise. We were kind of settling into a new normal. It was time to get loud about all of the successes that people were having. So last year, Charlie really wanted us to focus on today is day one. We're not looking back. We're not resting on our laurels. We're not worried about what's coming, but today is day one. And I think that's a super pertinent look back near the New Year's Day, right? Because so often we get distance between day one. It can be ho-hum and like, oh my gosh, it's just another day, but it's not. It's let's get going and let's keep doing what we're doing. And let's keep doing what we're doing over and over and over again until it becomes a habit, because success is not a moment, but it is a stacking of all of our habits in such a way that success is inevitable. So be consistent, stacking your habits, and then be curious, right? We all can learn something from everybody, and we're surrounded by amazing people, and amazing events. So be curious about what is happening in the world and in everybody else's life. So as we look at our phrases for 2024, if you don't know Inky Johnson, I would like to introduce him. Inky has a YouTube channel and he has quite an inspiring life. We're just picking up a little bit here. that I'm going to play for you. It's about 2 minutes. So here's Inky.
Point in case, I'll never forget, it was a story about a young kid. And this young kid, he did something in his life that was incredible. And the thing that he did, he said to his father one day, man, I want to make a difference. And his father said, so what do you want to do? He said, I want to bag groceries. His father said, you want to make a difference? You want to bag groceries? He said, yeah, I want to bag groceries at this grocery store. I heard this lady speaking about the whole industry, and I want to be a part of it. So the father said, okay, I'll go up to the grocery store, see, can I get you a job? It'll probably be pretty easy to get you a job bagging groceries. So the father gets him a job, kid starts working, he's enjoying it. He comes home one night, and he says to his father, I really want to make an impact. Like, I want to make a difference. His father's like, what do you mean? Like, just shake the people's hand, tell them great seeing you. The son said, no, I want to make an impact. And the father said, what do you have on your mind? He said, I want to write personal notes, and I want to put them in the bags. When they come through the line, I just want to put a personal note in the bag. Will you help me make copies? Father said, sure. And so one day the manager came in the store, and the manager said, why is everybody in line 8? He said, somebody get on the intercom and tell them we have other aisles open. They got on the intercom, they said, don't you all know it's other aisles open? And they came down, they went to the line, they said, hey man, come to line 6, we're open. And the people responded and said, no, we want to get little Johnny's word of the day. He became a part of their life. Like, people started coming to the store just to get a loaf of bread when they didn't even need a loaf of bread. They wanted the word of the day more than they wanted the loaf of bread. But because he became a part of their life and they couldn't live without him, they would stop. They would get a stoplight away from the store and say, man, Johnny's the bagger. I got to go and get his word of the day. And it started with, I just want to make a difference. And he drove business to that grocery store by one simple act that people didn't value in the beginning.
Okay. So that's the foundation right there for some of the things that we want to be thinking about for 2024. And this is what they are, right? So hold on, my tech skills. Here we go. We're so close. Anyway, you guys can see it. First thing, chop wood, carry water. You can't make an impact unless you're doing the things, right? Nobody made an impact sitting on the couch. So get out there and do the things, do the work that you have in front of you today, which is encapsulated in that phrase, chop wood, carry water. And then the second thing is make an impact, right? So it doesn't matter how big or small your role is, your formal role is, there's always a way to make a positive impact for those around you. And again, I think back to our environment, we have a boatload of people who make such positive impacts for all of us all the time that this one's a no-brainer and our environment is better for it. So that is all of the formal content for your very first team meeting of 2024. I can't thank you guys enough for pivoting like this with us. We're going to dive into any coming soons because it is the first of the year and I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to share any upcoming anything that they may have. And let's have a conversation. Good? Yep. Anybody have any coming soons they want to talk about?
I do.
Awesome. Go for it.
I have a 3-2 duplex on 37th and Scott for about 185. There's no garage. Tenant in the downstairs unit, upper vacant. Probably coming up in the next week, assuming the buyer that I have doesn't make an offer on it. Well, she's made an offer. We're in negotiations, but we're too far apart.
Okay, awesome. That's Karen Nemeth. If anybody has any questions for Karen. We have one in the chat, I think, from Katie Ninkovic, 4-bedroom in Salem, $499,900, 2-car attached.
Hey, sorry. I didn't know that we could talk. I thought it was just text. So
Nope, go for it. Tell
perfect. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 full bath. The 4th bedroom is in the basement. There's a big movie theater room on the upper level. It's right next to Silver Lake. So it's not on the lake, but like a block down. That's going to be on the market this Thursday. Then the following week, I'm going to have one in Trevor, Wisconsin, 4 bedrooms, 2.5, listed around 450. And then the end of that week, there's going to be one in Franklin listed at 650, 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, exposed basement.
Nice. Well, somebody didn't take December off. Good work. Lisa Packard, she has a 2-1 ranch condo in Jackson for mid-hundreds, probably this weekend. Do you want to embellish on that, Lisa, or did I get it? You got it. I got it. Okay. Any questions? That's Lisa Packard. What else? What else do we have? Okay, when I do this in the room explodes. Zach. Okay, 1142 Elm Lawn in Wauwatosa was in MLS and expired. He has it in excluded, 400,000. Floors, paint updated, whole house cleaned. Hey, you can buy a clean house, you guys. It's awesome for your buyers. Thank you, Zach. Anything else? See above another condo. 32 Upper New Berlin condo, 300,000 on Monday, January 15th. It's coming up. Awesome. Oh, in New Berlin, not Jackson. Awesome. Oh, and Zach's smelled like cat before, and it doesn't anymore. So definite improvement. Okay. What else do we have? Anything else, you guys? Oh, Lisa's condo is a price reduction. And somebody's laughing. Oh, no, she has a new one.
Lisa, is that the Koi Pond house? Lisa has a price reduction. Yep. So it was 600,000. They're reducing it to 550.
Sometimes I think this could be a new party game, right? Where it's not charades, it's not password, but it's house description 101 in Zoom. It'd be great. I love it. Oh, Don, you want to talk about that one?
It's the same. So that's the price reduction. So it's it has a koi pond. That's what I always remember about it. It's Lisa's listing. But it's 3 acres in Norway, 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths.
Awesome. Love it. Lisa, I hope you feel better. It's the bump. A lot of people have been under the weather, you guys. So stay safe and healthy out there. Get healthy if you're not right now. One plug for our land team, you guys. They are offering a 30% referral. And certainly there are people who are, they just wanted to get through that last holiday with their family up in the hunting ground or the cabin up north. And maybe they're thinking about selling land or buying land because they loved it so much. Great opportunity for you to build your referral business. Feel free to talk to Ed or Matt or Brock. We good? Great meeting. Thanks, Team Smith. Great reading the chat. You guys are awesome. So good to see you. Can't wait to see you when you're not little boxes in the training room. 2 weeks. Have a fabulous Martin Luther King weekend. Stay safe from the storm. And I have released you. You are released to the wilds. Go do amazing things. Thank y'all.